Hi everyone, we're the Hudspeth family.
Restart. Nope, we gotta restart.
Take one.
Hi everyone, we're the Hudspeth family. My name is Joe.
I'm Lisa. These are our two sons, Brayden, who's 14, and Parker, who's 11.
Brayden,
Yeah.
what did you just get done doing today?
Football practice,
For what school?
Meridian,
What position?
wide receiver,
What do you love about playing football?
catching the ball. No, getting to tackle people
Well, you said you're a wide receiver. When do you get to tackle anybody?
because I also play free safety.
Parker, what do you love to do? What's one thing you love about school?
That's one thing I love about school, reading.
Reading. What are your favorite books?
I like to read action books.
Do you have a favorite one?
No, I like a lot of ones.
Do you like true stories or like fantasy fiction stories?
Realistic fiction.
What are you reading right now?
Spy School.
What's it called? Spy School?
Mm-hmm.
I think Brandon is right.
Besides having the privilege of raising these boys, we like to do a lot of activities. We like to go boating on Lake Whatcom. Lisa and I like to travel, and occasionally we even take the boys with us. And we like hanging out here in Whatcom County. It's just a great place to live and raise our family, and we like to take advantage of all of the activities that the community has to offer. Besides personal travel, I also travel quite a bit for work. In fact, I work out of the state of New York. I'm in the maritime propulsion industry and involved with electrical propulsion systems, and I do travel all over. Lisa and I have had the privilege of traveling even around the world, but for work I travel, fortunately, to wherever there's beach and water. So do a lot of coastal travel in the US and then Europe as well. Yeah, we first came to North Lake when we realized our kids were growing up and they needed to be part of a vibrant youth group, and really trying to raise our kids in a loving church community was what brought us to North Lake. We had heard good things about the youth program there, and we came to check it out, and we were really impressed with just the multi-generations that were present and how warm and loving North Lake is, and we haven't turned back since. We absolutely love being members of North Lake and attending, and the boys are doing well in the children's and youth program. Pastor Steve and Pastor Luke, and even Pastor Josh has had an influence on these guys' life.
Yeah, so I mean, I think one of the things that really stands out to us is just that multi-generational aspect of North Lake. Prior to us attending North Lake and becoming members, we were involved with Christ the King and planting churches. So we were involved with a church plant in Fairhaven, which ultimately became Redeemer, and then also starting CTK Sun and Valley. But as Joe mentioned, as our boys were growing, we really felt called to be someplace that had a vibrant youth program. And so that's what brought us to North Lake. And as soon as we entered the doors, it felt like home, which was great. And we love that we can go on Sundays and people know who we are, they know who our kids are. And we also really like the mission focus of North Lake. That's something that's very important to both Joe and I. We grew up doing different missions through our upbringing, and something that we want to experience with our kids. And so I would say that's also just something that stands out to us.
Well, both Lisa and I were very fortunate and blessed to be raised in Christian households, and so Christ has always been a part of our lives. But it comes to a point where you got to make your faith your own. You really do. It's not something that your parents can just bestow upon you. And there came a turning point when I was a teenager that I really decided that I wanted to fully give my heart to Christ and to serve Him and to be involved in serving in ministries. I had the opportunity to serve as a short-term missionary for a couple of summers abroad, and missions is very important to us. But we realized that the missions are not just abroad, but they're here in our own backyard. And right now, Christ is really just showing me and teaching me that His love is meant for everyone. And Lisa and I both feel called to share Christ's love with others. We do that here in our own neighborhood, as well as in our church family and in our community. And that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, so as Joe mentioned, we both were fortunate to grow up in the church. I was as well. I come from multiple generations. We're very active families within the church. And so, but also there was a time when I had to choose my faith as my own. And I think for me, that was really in college. I was definitely involved in ministry and high school at my church, but then coming to Bellingham, I became involved with the Inn, had opportunities to go on a couple of their spring break mission trips, which I really enjoyed. And then also just as getting to know Joe and really cementing that faith is the foundation, not only for our marriage, but for our family, and wanting to raise our kids in that environment to bless them with that same upbringing that we had.
Yeah, I think that right now a lot of people are seeking and they're looking for the truth. They don't know what the future holds. And I think that's actually exciting. I think it's a time where God is drawing people closer to Him. During COVID, a lot of people were isolated, lonely, and frankly, missing out on the church. Remember, the church is not a building. We are the church. And I'm very excited about us coming together as a body of believers. And, we're going through a transition period right now with Pastor Jeff leaving. And a lot of people are still wondering, what else? What is next? But it just really allows us to focus and to seek God during this time. And I'm really excited about that because God doesn't change. He's there, He'll be with us, and He will lead us.
So I think in addition to what Joe mentioned, I think one of the things that I'm excited about is kind of this desire to go outside of the church and reach out to our community. I think there is a huge need, especially in Whatcom County, to show the love of Christ and be welcoming to people. I think that there's huge opportunities that we've done as far as Family Promise. I think that is a great program that the church has become involved with. And even events such as the Trunk or Treat and just the huge onslaught of people that came, and it really demonstrates that people want community. And so I think there's excitement that Northlake has the opportunity to offer that community as a place that people can come and just see the love of Christ in action and really begin to form relationships with people to ultimately introduce them to Christ's love. I think is very exciting.
Lisa and I have both been involved with serving in different capacities in the church. One aspect of that has been in children's ministry, and it's also been in church leadership. Lisa and I had the opportunity to help plant a couple churches, and we feel called to serve in the church and to help the church grow and get stronger. And I do feel called to be used by God, and the opportunity has presented itself to be considered for an elder, and it's something that I've been praying about, and I do want to be used by God and to use my leadership abilities and to again foster opportunities to show Christ's love with others. That's what I feel called to do, and that's what I want to help serve in that capacity with our church.
Right, so I've had the opportunity to really see Joe grow, not only in his faith throughout our marriage, but also in his leadership skills in his professional life. And I think that God is really calling him to use those skills that he's honed and developed for a greater purpose. I mean, he's been an incredible provider for our family, and has really shown integrity and in his workplace. And so I think it's a great opportunity for him to serve the church in that capacity. As he mentioned, we've been upstairs helping with children's church. I definitely think he has the gift of teaching when he has the ability to be with the students and the kids and interact with them. He has so much fun, and the kids come alive, which is a lot of fun to see. And also, I think that he has that ability to press in when things get difficult. And with the church going through transitions, there's a lot of opportunity, but there's also a lot of decisions that will have to be made in the future. And I think that Joe has that ability of discernment, and to really listen and work collaboratively with those around him for the best interest of the church and the ultimate mission.
No, I mean, we just feel incredibly blessed to be a part of this church family. It's nice to actually just grow with a community. We love being involved with the life groups, the opportunities to serve, a men's Bible study that I participate in. It's just incremental to the blessings and growth of my faith. So.
You got one.
I did.
Go! Good job.
Just knock them all in. She's got more form than